From the Bakersfield, California, this is the Renegade Report.
And now here's your host, Francis Mayer.
Howdy, sports fans, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All of you, I hope, are assembled in front of your televisions to enjoy a little bit of Renegade goodness. I have a very funny coach to my left who's making an assortment of faces, so I'm having a hard time keeping it straight myself, but we'll get to you soon enough, Coach Hill of Bakersfield College Softball. There is much going on in the world of BC athletics. We even just got the football schedule released, so we're living in the best of both worlds, but we still have many spring sports that are in season, like baseball, like tennis. The men are advancing, like softball, and we're going to check in with them today. First on the table is Christy Hill. Coach, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. How has softball been playing lately?
Lately, we've been doing a lot better. Last Thursday, we beat the number one team in our conference, Citrus College. And then Tuesday, we took game one from Santa Monica, and game two is still under rain delay.
Yeah, but you guys are in the lead.
Yes, we were up 4-0 in the top of the third.
Right. So when you say that things are getting a little bit better, we did go through a bit of a swoon there, I guess you'd say mid-season.
Yes.
But you're smiling about it. You're okay with it.
Yeah, I think we went through part of the time where we were committing a lot of errors, and we were giving up a lot of walks, giving up a lot of home runs. And lately, defense has been strong. We are not giving up as many walks and definitely not giving up as many home runs.
But we're hitting them. Chris, let's take a look at the softball highlight there. Trini Lee, she pitched in like the first 20 games of the season. That's not true. Look at that, though. Yeah, we got tennis coach Nick Jacobs in here, and he's impressed. Trini Lee is pitching, and she's getting people out. Right here, actually, Citrus tied this game up. Giselle Moore had the start, and she gave up some runs, and Trini Lee came in and was just absolutely spectacular in relief until that tie, but then she comes up and says she's got a little more left in the tank. Bye-bye. And that was a big home run, wasn't it, Coach?
Yes, it was.
I mean, she got all of that.
Yes.
There was something I wanted to ask you about, too, because all the girls come out on the field, obviously, right there, and they celebrate, and they should celebrate, because Trini, not only is she a fun player, she's a fun person, and I think she knows what she's up to right now. How does it get under your skin when the opposing team starts with the chanting and the clapping when we're behind? Because
No.
I think that's super rude, and that would make me angry if I was an athlete.
No, it's all part of softball. If you listen to our team, we are the exact same way. When we're up, we're loud. When we're down, we're loud. They're always doing beats in the dugout, yelling and screaming.
Yeah, but
carrying on.
it doesn't bother me when they do it.
Well, it's because it's us.
Right, exactly. And speaking of us, there is a lot of us, meaning BC softball, here in the next week. You are working your tail off, and you drive in from the far northern reaches of the county to work every day. What's on the schedule for the next week?
Today we have 2:30 with Canyons, who is number 2 in conference right now. Tomorrow we are hosting Allen Hancock at 2:30 also, who is number 1 in their conference. And on Saturday, we have our breast cancer game at 1 o'clock against San Bernardino. And then 3 o'clock will be our second game of a doubleheader with San Bernardino.
So all kinds of softball coming up the rest of the
Yes.
week. Lots of chances for you to catch this team at the Dina Nada Gay Sports Center. Plus, we want to get you out, if the game gets over in time, to imbibe for the Red and White Night tonight. We're still having that fundraiser. Tickets are available at Valley Tix. They're $30, and $10 goes towards a $10 wine card at Imbibe. They have these spigots. Keeps the wine from getting oxidized. You can get like an ounce and a half serving, just a taste. If you don't like it, over the shoulder. If you do, down the hatch. $10 of that ticket price goes to getting a trip through the pasta bar and the salad bar. And then, of course, $10 goes to the Bakersfield College Hall of Fame movements. We're hoping to open that in fall of 2015. So that's right around the corner. We're getting the community involved, and we're collecting donations already. Coach Hill, thank you so much for being on the show today, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right. And let's take a look at some baseball highlights real quick. Western States Conference action. BC was hosting Glendale here. Luis Martinez 3-hit game. He singles home Hans Harker here, and it's a 1-1 tie. Harker is all over the BC statistics, too, and all over the highlight reel. He's leading the state, or excuse me, not necessarily leading the state, but he's among the state leaders in numerous offensive categories. Right now, 3-2 BC Glendale, the safety squeeze, and it's a 3-3 tie. And then Glendale, they're going to score on a fielder's choice here. It's an insurance run, 5-3, and they would build a 6-3 league, but the Renegades wouldn't quite give up. Brooks Douglas, he's going to come up here and single to right. And that was all she wrote right there. 6-3 the loss for Bakersfield College, but the Renegades.
You always want the third one. You don't want to walk away, 2 out of 3 and call it a good week. But
I'm not going to step on Coach
again, I
Payne.
felt like we had opportunities early. Winans pitched okay today, and we just didn't do enough offensively.
Well, next to Joe Bresson, Winans has been one of the strongest Renegade starters of the season, but he absolutely has to get run support if they're going to win, which is pretty much what Coach Payton said there. And then we have one more highlight here we're going to take a look at from baseball. And that's a nice single up the middle right there. This is a team that can hit and score runs, but they do it the old-fashioned way. They are absolute run manufacturers, as you can tell by these highlights. They don't go for the – watch this safety squeeze, though. Get out of town. What a jump. And that's how you score on that play. And then right here we have a single up the middle. And BC not giving up, though. Oh, is that Brooks Douglas? Nice. It bounces off the glove. And if it goes into the ivy there at Jerry Collis Field, of course, it's a ground rule double. Most teams know that by now. They throw their hands up. Here's Hans. Oh, no. That was our first baseman, and he didn't get a hold of that one. And, of course, again, 6-3 loss. But as Coach Payton said, there's a lot of good things going on with this ball club, and there's a lot of good things going on with the men's tennis team. Are there not, Coach Jacobs, in your first year running the whole kit and caboodle?
No, everything, for the first year went smoothly. We finished third in conference, which,
was remarkable.
I take that as a good year because considering I think since when I played 2011, we've always been near the bottom of the barrel. Right. Of the conference. And that's not to say we haven't done very well. It's just our conference is the toughest in California.
Oh, no, absolutely, without a doubt. It's very tough. And you've got a situation where you guys lost a lot of 5-4.
Oh, yeah, we lost about a handful of 5-4 matches to where if we would have won those, our record would have been flip-flopped. And, we could have maybe had a possible wild card bid for state. But, give or take, we finished third. It's always nice to beat LA Pierce, which is a team that's every year we always want to beat because they like to, chip away at the ankles there. So
how do they do that? Just in playing style, or is there anything about them? Is there organization
they're just
that you don't like? Or?
A good way. They're just a scrappy team. I mean, they'll do anything. Anything for a point here and there. And, I just tell my team, you got to stay focused, not worry about what they're doing, chance or whatnot. And each time, we've won it always came down to whenever there's a singles player, and it's always been a third set to where we could be tied or we up 4-2. And both times we end up, winning those to where we had a good lead going into doubles, and we swept them in doubles every time. So
right. But speaking of number ones in the top 3 players, I didn't feel like this season, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that there was a far and away number 1 on this team. It seemed like we had some quality tennis players.
Oh, no.
About
one through on any given day, any one of my 1 through 9 players, for a fact, could beat anyone on any given day. In practice, I always make it to where I try to mix and match, and where some days you're going to be playing lower guys, and that kind of gives those lower guys the experience to where maybe if they're not, quite there, maybe next year they'll get to, in that upper echelon. And every other practice has been competitive. It's not like we're just out there and I have one guy and that's it. Everyone's, working their tails off, and, we're excited for Ojai, to get 3 doubles teams in there. That was good. I was happy to see that.
And when is that tournament, Coach?
That is April 23rd through the 26th. We will be departing the 22nd.
Okay. And also, special thanks to Coach Brittany Goring. I know that she was stepped up there and helped you guys. She's actually coaching our men's golf team right now, too. She's filling in there.
Yep.
She coached our women's golf team. It's her first year. She made a run at a professional career, of course, played in college. Very excellent golfer. Even better person, though.
Oh, yeah. She's very, very, very bubbly. Very nice personality.
A good team player.
Oh, yes. Very well. Yep. She held it. handled it like a champ. So I was very, very appreciative she stepped in there.
Yeah, no, that was really awesome, and I know it's important to you to get all your athletes to competition, and we need support to make that happen. I'm looking forward to the next tennis dinner. We had a lot of fun this year, and we're happy to have you in the position, and I'm going to have you on again to talk about what happened in Ojai. Coach, thanks so much for being on the Renegade Report.
No problem.
Coming up next, we're going to check in with a coach who's out of season, but that doesn't mean he's out of action. Coach Brett Clark of the Bakersfield College wrestling team is up next on the Renegade Report.